Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the 1111 Matrix Code Revealed. As always, I'm your host, Garrett King. Before I get into today's video, I want to basically just tell everyone that if you stick around to the very end of this video, after the outro, or maybe even during the outro as the music's playing, I am going to post the matrix, the Bible code matrix that I talked about in the last video. Now, excuse me, in the last video, I stated that I wasn't going to put it on here and that I wasn't going to talk about it. And if you guys wanted to see it, you could message me. Many of you did. Thank you for that. And I sent it to you. But I feel like it's something that I shouldn't hide or be afraid to post. So I am going to show it in this video, but I'm not going to talk about it simply because I don't want the bots to delete another video of mine and I wind up with a strike on my account. So, stick till the end or bypass it all and just jump to the end. It's entirely up to you. If you want to see that matrix, I will post it at the very, very end of this video. Now, what I want to talk about today is straight up out of Revelations in the Bible. It's talking about a event that is going on right now, has been in the news for quite some time. Now, many of you may not be aware of this because even though it's been on Newsweek and it's been on, certain news channels, there's just not that much talk going on. Because until my brother brought it up to me, I was unaware of it. And what I'm talking about is a asteroid called APOPHIS. Now, what I find very interesting is that NASA has called this asteroid Apophis, because Apophis is the Greek name of the Egyptian god Apep, who is the god of chaos and destruction. So interesting that they chose that particular name. Now, this asteroid was discovered in 2004, so NASA is or has been aware of it for quite some time, and so has many amateur astronomers. Now, it raised a lot of concern when it was first discovered because many of these amateur astronomers were calculating its trajectory and showing that it was going to be a direct hit to the planet Earth in 2029. Okay, not very far away. NASA has since come forward and said it's going to come close, but it's not going to hit the Earth. Okay? And when I say close, I mean pretty damn close. When an object of this size, which it's over 1,000 feet, I think it's like right around 1,100 and something feet, dips below satellite orbit, that's pretty close. Okay? And that's what NASA is saying this asteroid's going to do. It's not going to hit us, but it's going to come below satellite orbit. So think about that. Think about when you go outside at night and you look up and you see a satellite pass over. Think of an asteroid dipping down below that orbit. Okay. This thing we all will be able to see with the naked eye. You won't need a telescope. You won't need anything. You'll just be able to go out and look up, and there it is. That's extremely close. Now, there's many amateur astronomers that have sent letters to the president because their calculations are still showing that this thing's, path, its trajectory is going to come in perfect alignment with the Earth. And they're deeply concerned about it. So there's some conflict here. NASA's saying one thing and these amateur astronomers are saying something else. Now, many of you might have heard this. What's the abbreviation that people say NASA stands for? Never a straight answer. Well, who knows? But it's very interesting to me that they give it this name Apophis, which again is the god of chaos and destruction. And we know that many of the things that NASA does is very ritualistic. I want to show you, this is in the Bible. And you're going to see how 1111 plays into this. And you're going to see how all of this kind of unfolds with these two Bible code matrices that I'm going to show you. But this is Revelations chapter 8, verse 10 and 11. And it's more verse 11 that I'm going to point out here, but I want to read verse 10 first, and then we'll go into 11. So verse 10 says, "And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star," star, "from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters." Now here's where it gets into verse 11. And keep in mind, it's 11, verse 11. "And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter." Okay? Now, I have a couple of theories that I want to point out here about Apophis and another asteroid called Dimorphous. In September of this year, NASA sent a rocket to an asteroid called Dimorphous to see if they could knock it off course. Now, Dimorphous is not in a path to hit the planet Earth. Apophis is, according to these amateur astronomers and NASA themselves. Not that NASA is saying it's going to hit us, but it's going to come extremely close. So my question is, why would they send a rocket to an entirely different asteroid to try and knock it off course when they already know that this one named Apophis is coming extremely close? Why wouldn't they send the rocket to that one and try to knock it further out of the way? Okay. So again, in September of this year, they sent the rocket to Dimorphous. And in fact, they live streamed the event on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube right now, and here I'll just do it on the screen. And all you have to do is just type in Dimorphous, and then click on where it says Dimorphous Asteroid. And you can see the live streamed event. Now, my theory is, since everyone's attention has been on Apophis, my first theory is that they sent two rockets, okay? One to this one called Dimorphous, and one to Apophis. The reason they sent the one to Dimorphous was a distraction, okay? So think about all these amateur astronomers. If NASA is going to send a rocket to an asteroid and knock it off course, who would not want to witness that through their telescopes? Okay? So all these amateur astronomers would change their telescopes to focus on Dimorphous in order to capture the event or witness the event. and that's drawing their attention away from Apophis. So while they're sending a rocket to Dimorphos, they're sending another one to Apophis at the same time, knocking that one off course. Okay, that's one theory. The second theory is that they never sent a rocket to Dimorphos. It was just a lie. And what everyone was witnessing during the live stream was the rocket hitting Apophis. And you'll see why I have that theory here in just a moment. So let's just say that that's what happened during this live event. They're telling everyone this is Dimorphos. This is the one we're sending the rocket to. And they knock it off course, but it's actually Apophis. Again, it's just a theory. They're both theories. I have no way of knowing. Now, let's go back to this verse here where it talks about, and the name of the star is called Wormwood, and why this is important. In this first matrix that I'm about to show you, which I'm bringing up right now on the screen, my master word that the first word that I searched was asteroid, okay? And that's what you do in these Bible codes. So you start with a master word. Asteroid was my master word. I wanted to see if these other words could be found in and around the word asteroid. And those words were Apophis, hit, earth, prevented, wormwood, and apep. Every single one of them was found, as you can see on the screen. So here in red, going vertically straight up and down with a skip of 2 lines in between each letter, is the word asteroid. And then down here at the bottom is the name Apophis. Now, Apophis is the only word in this matrix that appears naturally in the Bible because there is no skip between the letters. Okay? As you can see, it's right here. There's no skip. Now, the word hit is right here in pink, and it is crossing the word asteroid. The word right here in blue is earth. And this sort of burgundy color word coming down here diagonally is the word prevented. Okay? Suggesting 2 different things, okay? The first suggestion is that it can be prevented. The second is that it has been prevented. Okay? Because remember, the Bible code does not give us future events set in stone. It gives us probable outcomes of future events. And this is one of them. So think about it. Asteroid, Apophis, hit, earth, prevented. And the word hit is crossing asteroid and it's crossing the word prevented. And prevented is crossing over hit and earth. Okay? Again, suggesting that it can or that it was already prevented. Now, up here in this sort of dark bluish, purplish color is the word wormwood. Now, think about that. Think about what Revelations just told us. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And here it is, Wormwood. And then right up here in this goldish color is Apep. And Apep is the Egyptian god of chaos and destruction. And Apophis is the Greek translation. The outcome of this matrix, the chances of this appearing in the Bible was 1,700,000 and something. I can't remember what the rest of the numbers were, but it was a large number. In other words, meaning this isn't by chance. It's not by chance. It was designed to be encoded in the Bible. So APEP, wormwood, prevented. I mean, this is incredible. And all of these words are relatively close to one another. Okay? Now, why do I have the theory that, or the two theories, that NASA sent 2 rockets, knocked both asteroids off course, or they, or they only sent one, lied about it, said it was Dimorphous when it was actually APOPHIS. Let's look at the second matrix. So in this matrix, my master word was dimorphous, and it found it right here, running diagonally. Crossing it is NASA. Okay, NASA. And crossing it at the bottom is a lie. Okay? Dimorphous, NASA, a lie. Suggesting the outcome of my theories. That they either sent 2 rockets or they only sent 1. But they're suggesting, or this Bible code is suggesting, that it's a lie. It was a diversion. And again, I have to ask that question. If you already know that there is an asteroid that's coming extremely close to hitting the Earth, why are you sending a rocket to another asteroid that's not even in the same path or, trajectory of hitting the planet? Why are you doing that? Now, I get it. One possibility is they would be concerned that if they sent a rocket to Apophis, that they could knock it off course, but they could knock it off course enough that if their prior, calculations are correct and that it's not going to hit us, that, by knocking it off course, they are now putting it into a new line of or path that it will hit us. So that could be one concern. But I find it incredibly interesting that Dimorphous, NASA, and a lie shows up in this Bible code. It's incredibly odd. Now, here's something very interesting. Here's where I'm saying that 1111 plays into this. Well, we already have seen the number 11 in the verse, okay? So it's verse 11. But check this out. Let's look at the first matrix. Let's look at the word wormwood. So here's one of the letters. There's 4 letters that make up the word wormwood in Hebrew. Now, between each letter, there is a skip of 11 letters. So right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there's 11 here and 11 here. Now let's look at this matrix. Let's look at the word NASA, okay, also made up of 4 letters. Between each letter, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 matrices talking about 2 asteroids, and we have this skip of 11. So 11, 11. Now, as I said before, we know that NASA does things in ritualistic ways. And as I've mentioned before as well, the NSA was aware, and they are aware, of the Bible codes, because there was a guy named Harold Gans who worked for, and I don't know if this guy's still alive or not, but at this particular time in the past, he worked for NASA, and the Bible codes came across his desk. And so he started doing his own research. And by the time that he was finished with his research, he concluded that the Bible codes were, in fact, real. Okay? Despite what all these mathematicians are saying, that it's not. This is somebody in the NSA, someone who worked with, cryptography and codes and all of this stuff. And after all of his testing and all of his calculations, he concluded that the Bible code was indeed real. So the government is already aware of this stuff. They could already be searching these exact same types of codes and aware of events such as this. It's really crazy when you stop to think about it. And again, the number, the odds of this appearing in the Bible, having a large number like that, 1,700,000, blah, 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 whatever the rest of the number was, but the chances of it appearing was 1 in that number, which means technically it should have been impossible, because most scientists look at just anything even like under 1 in 100 is beyond chance. So now we're talking about 1 in 1 million. It's insane. It really is. Now, again, Apophis is supposed to come close enough to the Earth in 2029. It's not that far away. But these Bible codes are suggesting to me that it's not going to hit us because it has been prevented. Either by sending a single rocket and lying about it, saying that it was Dimorphous, but it was actually Apophis that we were seeing on the screen, or they sent 2 rockets. One being a diversion. And that one would make more sense. And it would still be a lie. So, yeah. And again, we have wormwood. That's why I'm saying that this is straight up out of Revelations. And the name of the star is called wormwood. Well, think about asteroids and things like that, back in the time that the Bible was being written. And, these people back then seeing, something like that in the sky, it would appear to them as a star. A star getting extremely close if it was to hit the Earth, but still. So it makes sense that that's what they would call it, a star. And that it burning, as it were, a lamp. That's exactly what an asteroid does, when it comes into the Earth's atmosphere, it begins to burn up. It's incredible. So there you have it, folks. Apophis and Dimorphous. And I would suggest that you all go to YouTube and watch the live stream video and just check it out. It was interesting. I watched it. You might want to fast forward to the end because there's a whole bunch of fluff, before as they're preparing for the moment. When it gets close enough that they start doing the countdown, the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, before the rocket hits. But, in the video, the asteroid is coming straight towards the camera. And then moment of impact, and then that's it. The footage just stops, obviously, because it's been destroyed, or the rocket has. But that's kind of like one of my other thoughts too, is if you're going to send a rocket to Apophis and you're concerned that you're going to just knock it off its path, and you're concerned that, by doing that, that it's going to knock it back into hitting the Earth, why not send some sort of payload to just blow the damn thing up? I don't know. It could just be like the movie, Armageddon, that striking the surface, it's not going to do anything. You have to go into it and blow it up from the inside out. Who knows? But yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Very interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are. I just thought it was incredible that all of this shows up the way that it does. So there you have it. So that's going to be it for today. Until next time, I hope you all take care. And like I said, just hang tight as the music outro is playing. I will have the matrix that I talked about in the last video on screen. And if you want to talk about it in the comments, feel free. Can't guarantee that YouTube won't hide those comments. So if you're concerned about that, message me through Instagram at either one of my accounts, and, I'll respond to you as quickly as I can. So, all right. Until next time, hope you all take care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.